Hey guys, it's Carl with Carl's Custom Amps, and I just want to do a quick demonstration of Bias Wiggle Tremolo to give people who haven't heard it an idea of what it sounds like. This is a Princeton Reverb. It's the 64 hand-wired version. We've just modified it to sound, fuller and more lively like the original. The tremolo isn't actually something we do any work on. To me, this is the quintessential kind of bias wiggle tremolo, power tube bias wiggle tremolo, and a really good example of that sort of sound. So I'm going to start off. We're going to have the speed all the way down. I'm going to turn the intensity halfway up so you can hear it, and then all the way up. So now we're going to turn it all the way up so you can really hear it. Okay, that's with the speed all the way down. I'm going to turn the speed up about halfway so you can hear it a little faster. Okay, so let's turn the speed all the way up so you can hear how fast it can get. I hope that gives you guys an idea of what bias wiggle tremolo sounds like. I just played a few chords. I didn't really want to do a big long demo. The one thing I will say, especially about Princeton reverbs, this is a good thing to note, is that any of these amps that have bias wiggle tremolo on the power tubes require that the bias really be correct on the amp for them to function properly. Um, a lot of Princeton reverbs, the ones that came, the vintage ones, they didn't have a bias pot, and so you know, competent techs have put bias pots in them since. Um, but you'll see a lot of old ones that don't have one installed, and the tremolo will just be all over the place. Sometimes you'll have an amp with really strong tremolo, and those are just the amps where the bias happens to be close to correct. And you'll have other ones where it's really weak, where the bias just isn't correct for the power tubes. So it's critical that you get that done. So if you got a Princeton reverb and you want it to sound a lot better, make sure there's a bias pot installed. All right, thank you everybody for watching.